Cut the music. What's going on, my friends? Welcome to episode 94 of the Gay Game Podcast, where we talk everything New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Hosted by yours truly, and Grassani. Joined Sam Morell by Cunningham and Sam Morell. You can listen to the podcast right now on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also Soundcast right now on YouTube. Also, sure to follow us on Twitter at GetYourGameOnP. With all that said, it's time to get your game on. And guys, we are doing this show with heavy hearts because obviously, in case you've been living under a rock, the tragedy and that took place in Texas and at an elementary school where 19 children were shot and killed.
19 children, 2 teachers.
19 children, 2 teachers. Obviously it's just devastating. You know, we're a sports talk show. So normally we don't like to get quote unquote political here, but you know what? We're throwing out the trash today because this type of stuff definitely needs to talk about. Sam, you told me that you had a lot to say about this, so you know we're just gonna let you tee off here. So Sam, you know what? We're gonna let you tee off. The floor is yours.
So where do I start?
Sam, we liquored up, baby. We pissed on this, brother. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, you're good. I was thinking if I should raise my voice or if I should do stuff like that, but I'm not going
Come on,
to
Sam.
just because
we angry black men up in here. Come on, Sam. You gotta give people what we want.
No, I'm furious too. However, it's with what's going on.
You gotta scream. We gotta get the message across, baby.
You have to remember I'm recording right now when I'm sick. If I do that, trust me, it's gonna I won't my vocal cords will be just so blasted tomorrow. I'll be sounding like the old man on his deathbed. So
how about I be the one that scream? You talk calm, I'll scream, baby.
Yeah, I'll talk first. I'll do my little rant, and then you be the one that screams and potentially blows my eardrums out. Sorry for the background noise.
You good?
You good?
I'll take that. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, just give me a second. So like I was saying, the thing that happened this Tuesday was when it was this Tuesday, right?
I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday, right there?
Yeah.
Shooting.
It was Tuesday. It was Tuesday.
The things that happened this Tuesday were indescribably horrendous, unacceptable, sad. I just want to say this real quick to everyone that can't even imagine how it is. And just to put in perspective how bad this has gotten, guys. This is a statistic that's been going around, and it just shocked me. We are 146 days in, 147 days in, doesn't matter. We're below 150.
Never halfway through 2022.
Yeah. Guys, there's been 212 mass shootings. I did the calculations. Ladies and gentlemen, we are having 1 to 2 mass shootings a day. Let me repeat that. We in America are having 1 to 2 mass shootings per day. Not in a week, not in a month, in a day. You know how terrifying that is? Like, do you know how terrifying it is when I just walk out of my house and the first thing I think of is, am I going to get shot? That's the first thing that crosses my mind every time I walk out of my house. Am I going to get shot? When are we going to actually make a change? Like, it seems like we're just like in this endless cycle here where we go from being normal, the mass shooting happens. After the mass shooting, media coverage happens. Super exposure. After the media coverage happens, we go on social media, speak about gun laws, speak about politicians, speak about doing marches and stuff like that. And then nothing gets done. And we go back to just being normal, just living our normal lives like nothing ever happened. Everyone, just because we go back to normal doesn't mean everything's all right. Just because we go back to normal, that doesn't mean things changed. That just means we said, we can't fix this. Oh, well, let's move on. To which I say, how is that justice for the kids that died that day, that died on Tuesday? How is that justice to the Columbine shooting that happened in 1998 or something? May have been later, may have been sooner. How is that fair, or how is that doing justice for the Sandy Hook shooting? The kids that died in Sandy Hook, the kids that died in the school in Florida. How is that justice to them? How is that justice to the black people, the innocent black people that were gunned down mercilessly at a supermarket in Buffalo? I think like 9 to 10 days before the shooting in Texas. How's that justice to them?
That's not justice, brother.
Like, our system is so corrupt. And what Steve Kerr said is completely right.
What
That was
up,
an
brother?
amazing speech. That was an amazing speech by Steve Kerr.
Yeah. The senators are scared because they want to keep their power. They don't want to lose their power. They don't want to lose their position. They want to stay in their position because they want to keep their power. So they're going to do whatever it takes to keep their power. And to that, I say, you're failing your job. No doubt, one of your jobs when you get elected, the way in your party, is to please your party. But that's your second job. You know what your first job is as any political position, whether it be the mayor of a town, the governor of a state, one of the senators of a state, or in legislative like House of Representatives, or as the president of the United States. Your first job, more than anything, is to protect the people, not minding what race they are, their nationality, their sexual orientation, their political affiliation, or their wealth. Your job is to protect the people. And the way you're protecting the people is by letting 18-year-olds that can't smoke, can't buy a pack of cigarettes, and can't buy a bottle of vodka to buy an AR-15 at Walmart without a background check, without anything. No hunting license, no army experience, just letting an 18-year-old buy an AR-15. What do you think he's going to use the AR-15 for? For fun?
Hold on,
Can I say something really quickly here, Sam?
Sure.
And that's the thing. It's the thing in this country, like with how political we are, like even with how political we are and how like divisive we are. Steve Kerr mentioned this: 90% of Americans support universal background checks. 90%, and the Senate can't even get that done.
Hold up, boys. You know me. Yes. Hold up. Sorry to interrupt you, Adam.
No, go ahead.
I'm pissed. This is what pisses me off about this. No parent.
Michael? What's your favorite phrase? What's your favorite phrase when it comes to stuff like this?
No parent should bury their child.
Exactly.
I've been through it. I don't care how badly bullied you were as a child. I think everybody has been bullied, but I never had a thought to kill children, innocent children.
Mike.
I don't care how bad you were. Bullied.
Mike, literally. I am not even exaggerating when I say this live on air, and I don't care that I'm saying this live on air. People like to use the excuse of mental illness or, oh, the kid was bullied. He was an outcast. I'm not saying I was an outcast by any stretch of the means. I was one of the more popular kids, if not one of the most popular kids in my school. However, with that being said, I was bullied a lot. Every day.
We were all bullied in here, but I never had a thought to phrase my mind. I'm going to shoot my school.
Mike, by meaning this is how I was bullied. Most people, it's like they're bullied like this, but like that. I was called names like tomato face, pepperoni face, stuff like that. I was even called Hunchback of Notre Dame, no neck. There was one name that people kept calling me. It was because of my haircut back then. People called me a school shooter. That's what they called me. And I looked at them and I said, you're calling me a murderer. That's what you're calling me. They're like, what? It's a joke. I'm like, but you're calling me a murderer. They did that every single day. Also, mental illness background. For those that don't know, I have severe anxiety and mildly severe, and it's not clinically diagnosed yet, but I'm pretty sure I have it, like moderate to moderately severe depression. Which means I have negative thoughts constantly flowing through my head. I also, as an added bonus, have a neurological disorder and Tourette syndrome. Would either of you two label me as a murderer?
I will never call them. And here's the thing.
Never.
But I get what Adam was saying was going.
And Mike, what's the worst part? People try to blame bullying. All right. Rosa Parks. You can relate to this. Rosa Parks, she got bullied. Did she pull out a handgun and start killing people?
Nah, I never thought that in my mind. Like, here's the thing. Sam, that's hard what you said, but here's the thing. Guys, I worry about this next generation of kids. A school is supposed to be the most safest place you could be safe at.
And that's like these parents, like they go through so much like with raise their kids, and when they drop them off at their school, they need to have at least some sense or some iota in their brain that their child's going to be protected.
But here's
let alone 19 of them being terrorized by this.
Here's the thing. I don't care how mad you get up in the effing head. You should never want to do this. And I hope this is just a nightmare. Yeah. Guys, we're supposed to check this. We're supposed to protect this next generation. I swear to God, like, these kids are babies, 9 and 8 years old. Now they can't grow up, see the world. And I know it's just a terrible thing. Like Sam says, it's a mass shooting. Not even 9 days later from Buffalo, this happens.
And you know what narrative I love, guys? You know what's my favorite narrative out there? That this happens like all around the world. And it's not like it's not a United States problem. Okay.
Adam. You want me to tell you that statistic? I can tell you that.
All right. Do you want to do statistics? Or you want me to do a statistic?
You go. I want to hear it from you.
Okay, here it is. A number of mass shootings of developed countries from 1998 for 2019. Let's go through some other countries. United Kingdom. So that's where we came from. That's where we came from. United Kingdom. 1. Slovakia 1. New Zealand 1. Norway 1. Lithuania 1. Australia 1. Netherlands 2. Switzerland 2. Italy 2. Czech Republic 2. Belgium 2. Finland 3. Canada 4. Germany 5. France 8. United States 101. We have more mass shootings here in this country than all other countries like combined.
Sam, I know you're a rap, but I gotta rap because here's the thing, Adam.
Wait. Just one more thing, and then Mike, you can go as loose as you want.
Please give me free reign.
There needs to be change in this country already. I'm sick and tired of waking up every morning and then hearing, oh, okay, this person got shot. Oh, the local supermarket got shot up. I'm tired of hearing it. Like James Corden, he said it best. He said, these kids got shot, these kids, blah, 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 blah. He said this whole spirit, and then he said at the end, this has to stop. And unfortunately, I know it won't. Which is why I already know I'm going to be here next week or in 2 weeks speaking about another mass shooting and how we should be saying their prayers. And what you said about the kids, I'm terrified of that. Both of you know I'm a coach. I'm a coach for 6th graders. How do you think I feel when I see them go to school and I'm like, they could get shot at any time? Like, for those that don't understand, those kids are now my kids. Whatever happens to them influences me as well. So just that happening and that in my head is just, there needs to be a change. There needs to be a change. I don't care if I don't care if I have to be the leader, if we three have to be the leader for a change. There has to be some sort of fucking change.
Guys, hold up, Adam. Hold up. You got to give it to me for this.
Go ahead.
Guys, I have a little 3-year-old girl that looks up to me. And I pray that one day she does have to see this. Like, here's the thing. A visionary once said, by any means necessary. Malcolm X said that. By any means necessary, this should not happen. No parent should bury their child. It should be the opposite around. For those 19 kids, here's the thing. I'm just so fed up. Like, if I see this guy, he may be needing some medical help if I see him. He said he saw a bully. Wait till he sees me.
Mike, he's dead.
That's the thing. He's dead.
He's lucky because if I see him in hell with me, you already know what's going to happen. I promise you that. But guys, I know I'm not perfect. I made mistakes. I bully kids, whatever.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I never wanted to bring a gun and shoot somebody in the head. But here's the thing.
All right. Finish, then let me go.
I'm in an angry mood.
Okay.
Adam, just let him rant.
I'll go.
This is just ridiculous. As a country, we're failing. If we put you in office, you have 2 things. As a police, military, senators, Republicans, Democrats, protect and serve this country. And what it says, $100 bill and $50 bill. In God we trust. We vote for you guys to protect us as a whole nation. Wake up. How many mass shootings that's had to predict for shit for like this to happen?
That's the thing. How many times are we going to have these exact same conversations where we have changed?
I'm like, look, here's the thing. To this piece of shit that did the shooting, you didn't see Ruby Bridges, who had an 8 kids that were racially chanted out of school that had to get the president to come protect them. Did they kill anybody? No. Did anybody else that got bullied by other tormentors? You basically killed young kids like that, haven't seen the world yet, haven't did things yet. You had to be that selfish and ignorant because you didn't get your way with your grandma. You are a big pussy. I'm sorry to talk ill of the dead, but I don't care. If any man or any person wants to harm children, it's not a real man. They're a pussy in my book. If you want to hurt an innocent child, take their innocence from them. Their innocence. They are 9 and 10 years old. You have to be a deranged monster. This isn't a joke. This isn't life. And I know on this podcast we do the jokes, we talk about sports, and we do all this nonsense. But however, this should not happen, and I have to talk about this every single day. Sam said it best. Do I have to get out of my house and pray? I'm not going to get shot. I already know. I got a double dose. I'm a black man and I got a disability. So I know what it's like. I know it's like having people want to take a shot at me or try to shoot me. So I'm the worst.
And no, you know what's the worst part about this actually? Guys, do you know how like they say there are signs or that social media is supposed to like help us?
Yeah.
Guys, that's what he posted 30 minutes before he shot up the school.
He said he was going to shoot up the school.
No, he said, I'm going to shoot my grandmother.
He did that.
2 minutes later, he said, I shot my grandmother. And what did Facebook do?
Ignored it.
Facebook didn't do anything. Then he said, I'm going to shoot up an elementary school.
You should have did something when they said I shot my grandmother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. Like, no one like picked up fast enough.
First of all, if I say I killed my grandmother,
that's a red flag.
Yeah, and then the second thing, there was police officers there for a good 40 minutes that did nothing. Think about that. There was police officers on the scene for 40 minutes that were more concerned about getting the parents away from the school than actually getting the shooter. If the parents would have saw the police officers go in, do you really think the parents would run in with them? No, they're not that stupid.
First
of all,
no, they wouldn't run in.
If I ever had kids, if I ever had my kids and they were in the school shooting, if I find the guy, you may put me in handcuffs. You better hope I don't find him. Because I may be going, he be seeing Jesus Christ himself. But guys, I don't know how fed up this country has to be. Look, I pray every day for myself and for you guys and for the show and for my family that if y'all ever heard of Ruby Bridges, I know you guys have. Her in the crap, I can't remember. From Little Rock, Arkansas, they were bullied so bad that they had to get the president to send in the military to come walk them to school. But it was that bad. And they didn't kill anybody. What's the guy's name? I didn't hear the guy's name. What was the guy's
I never heard. We're not going to mention his name. His name doesn't deserve to be. But honestly, Mike, you're spending a lot of time on the perpetrator, and rightly so. He's obviously a disgusting human being for doing this. But honestly, I want more focus. I want to take focus away from him and focus on the enablers, the people like the enablers in Congress. Because here's the thing: he didn't do this alone. He did not do this alone.
He had help. He had help.
Because this 18-year-old, without a background check, was able to just go to wherever and just purchase an AR-15.
Some states
you can't drink until you're 21. And this guy was able to buy an AR-15. If that doesn't show you it doesn't show look again, I'm all for Second Amendment right to bear arms, but I'm sorry, no American needs an AR-15. No American needs an AR-15.
You really have bad thoughts in your mind, and you're not going to use.
Why is it only an AR-15 necessary? And here's the thing: obviously, everyone's always says thoughts and prayers go out to the victim. Basically, guys, thoughts and prayers aren't enough. We need action. You know what? Speaking of thoughts and prayers, I'm a Christian myself, and you know what? I read the Bible, so you know what? Speaking of thoughts and prayers, you guys want me to read this little Bible verse, James chapter 2, passage 14 to 17. You guys want me to read this?
We need some saving. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, let me read it. Let me read this passage. Quote, what good it is, dear brothers and sisters, if you say you have faith but don't show it by your actions. Can that kind of faith save anyone? Suppose you see a brother or sister who has no food or clothing, and you say, goodbye and have a good day, stay warm and eat well, but you don't give that person any food or clothing. What good does that do? So you see, faith by itself isn't good enough. Unless it produces good deeds, it is dead and useless.
Hold up, Adam. I got something to say about these 10 amendments. I really think it's a joke nowadays. Here's the thing: you could buy if you have to be 21 to purchase marijuana and alcohol, but you could be 18 years old to buy a gun. So
make it make sense.
How is that even possible? And I know Texas, I know down south they got their own set of rules. I know the north got their own set of rules. Adam, these were minority kids, Spanish brown children that died. No white kids. And a Spanish man had to do this. It's just, oh, man. Man, it's just a nightmare after a nightmare. Yeah. We do the protesting, we do the marching, we do whatever it takes to still get the message across, and it's still not enough. We did the Martin Luther King way. Maybe Malcolm X had a vision that said, by any means necessary. By any means necessary. Maybe we have to turn away the Lord to create the darkness.
And that's...
maybe people like shooting and killing each other. It's an endless cycle that's not going to stop until somebody does something about it. It's going to keep going and going and going.
And here's the thing. Obviously we need action. We need change. And we're calling for change. And we're seeing protests. Like the American people are saying, you know what? Enough is enough. Like it's like we need change. We need change. But here's the thing, guys. Like, and this is the. I obviously, like, I don't necessarily like to do politics that much, but this has always been my biggest pet peeve with this country. And Sam, you know it. I'm sure Michael, you know it. Why is things like protecting children a political issue where you have to quote unquote take a side of her? No, it's like there's no side to take here. You're either for protecting children and willing to do any and really willing to do anything in order to protect children, or you're not. Or you're not. You're not. And that's the thing. This is going to lead to like this should be like a Republican versus Democrat issue. This should be that. But you see that there are 50 senators, mostly on one side that are doing this. Whatever one side does, the other side will try this group, because wanna know why? They want to gain favor in their party, so that way they can get nominated. Which this has always been my thing, guys. This is just something personal. I don't know if you guys agree. I think political parties are the dumbest thing in the history of mankind. The dumbest thing in the history of mankind. And guys, you guys want me to read you another quote here? I got another quote here, because everyone loves to invoke the Second Amendment. Our founding fathers, they always want to invoke that. To say like, oh, we shouldn't ban assault weapons. We shouldn't do that. They always say that. Let me go real quickly, Sam. Let me read you a quote from our first ever president, George Washington. Let me read this quote from his farewell address. Quote: however, political parties may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp government for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterward the very engines which had lifted them to unjust dominion. It's like that's the thing. Like, political parties, they've incentivized this kind of division. They've incentivized, like, because there's one side is motivated to, try and, one up the other instead of doing what's best for the country. I'm sorry, Sam, you can go.
Just two things. One, I hate when people try to use the amendment issue because, like, the amendments were made in 1780.
Almost a quarter of a millennium ago.
Yeah. Do you think they were having any problems with this? Any problems with guns?
No, well, know why? You want to know why? Let's compare these two things, Sam. Let's compare a musket. It can shoot what? 3 to 4 rounds per minute at the most. Oh, a good day.
No,
they compare it to an AR-15, which shoots how many rounds per minute?
Potentially, with how fast the reload times are, 120 rounds.
Exactly. It's like,
so
use your brains, people. Use your freaking brains.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we have the right to bear arms. It's like, yeah, but when they created that right, it was literally something that took like 10 minutes to reload. Like at most you would kill like 2 people. And that's if your aim was good. And then 2, the governor of Texas and the senator of Texas.
Do we really have to name them?
No, we're not naming. I'm just saying, I just said governor and senate. That's what I said. Those guys, they gotta go. Because you know what the governor of Texas did? The governor of Texas literally was like, oh, this is unacceptable. This can't happen. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. I feel terrible for the losses. Hey guys, guess where he's gonna be tomorrow?
Where's it gonna be?
He's gonna be in Houston, Texas for the NRA conference, or otherwise the gun convention.
Why am I not surprised?
So after a gun violence issue, he's going to the NRA convention, which is to celebrate the NRA for its massive achievements in gun creation. That's where he's going on Friday. And I'm looking at him saying, make it make sense. You just lost 19 kids and 2 teachers to an AR-15. And you're going to an NRA convention where you're probably going to have to speak and say how the NRA is doing a great job with gun control. Make it make sense, man. Like this is like the point where I'm like, it's just how? Like how?
It's like, how did we get here?
Yeah, and here's the worst part about it, actually. About the shooting, because I found out these facts beforehand. Guys, there are supposed to be police officers. It's a rule now. It's a law, I think. There's supposed to be police officers at every school. Just at least one. Did you know that there was no police officers present before the shooting? Not one. Did you also know that the shooter got in through the back door that was, for some reason, unlocked?
It was unlocked?
Yeah, it was unlocked. Isn't it funny that then when the police officers arrived, they didn't go in for a good 40 minutes? So all you kept hearing was gunshots from one specific classroom, since he only shot basically in one specific classroom, trying to kill one classroom full of kids. So you had him isolated. You didn't do anything. You didn't do your job by having protection there to begin with. And on top of that, the door was just conveniently left open for him to come in. that you have to make it make sense. There's no way that
Exactly.
those three coincidences just suddenly happened like that. It's like, listen, I believe in destiny and I believe in faith, but destiny and faith can't even explain what type of fuckery that was. What type of fuckery, type of faith that was.
I completely share that same sentiment. I completely share that same sentiment. And here's the thing: I'm not one of these people who's like who says take away all guns, because like I do believe like people like do have the right to like defend themselves. But here's the thing: look at like the gun laws in like Japan. Look at the gun laws in other countries. Look at the gun laws in Canada. Our next door neighbors. All these countries have like basically set out the blueprint for us. They've laid out the blueprint for us on a piece of paper, and our government's like too incompetent to like enable it. It's like it's just so frustrating. It's like and it's saying when we say, and I agree we should ban AR-15s, but here's the thing: I saw this proposal on Twitter, let's ban people from owning AR-15s, but why not? But here's the thing: for those people that enjoy having AR-15s for whatever reason, why not let them go rent an AR-15 at a shooting range? I don't think that's unreasonable. Sam, do you? Michael, do you? I don't think that's unreasonable.
Here's my thing with that. I've actually proposed this idea, and I just want to know how you two feel about this idea.
Yeah.
We keep the Second Amendment. They're allowed to bear arms.
Yeah.
However, unless you are 1, in the army, 2, in the police force, or 3, have a hunting license and a background check for all 3, the best gun that you'll be able to get with a background check still is a 6-bullet revolver. That is it.
I agree.
You can have. And the hunting license one, the AR-15 for the hunting license, a non-convertible hunting license, which means it just stays semi-automatic. You can only shoot 1 bullet at a time.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
Because it's like, you bring up that idea, and I'm just like, why does someone need to have an AR-15 to begin with? What's the point?
I agree. I agree. I agree. I completely agree with that sentiment. What I'm just saying is like for those people out there that like I said, I would never own an AR-15. That's not me. But for those, because his thing, I like to try to please as much people as possible. So for those people that for whatever reason love their AR-15s, like if they want to go out to a shooting, now obviously they would never. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to take it out of the shooting range. It would be shooting range exclusive. But if they just want to rent one for a shooting range, like I don't have a problem with that. Because what a chance that someone's gonna be able to to be able to get one from there and get to a school in time to shoot up the place.
Here's my only thing with that. You do that, you have to remember there's an underground market as well. So even if we ban guns like that, there's going to be the underground market to be able to.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing. Obviously, we need to crack down on illegal guns as well. We obviously need to do that. But here's the thing. I hate this narrative that's the only reason why it's the thing. These shootings don't happen because these banning assault weapons wouldn't happen because criminals use illegal guns. I just saw the stat. These mass shootings, you know how much of a percentage of the shooter owned a legal gun? Out of these mass shootings, 77% of the time the person had a legal gun. 77%.
Yeah, that's usually that's right. But anyway, you know why I don't want that shooting range idea?
Yeah.
What if they're practicing with that? But then the real thing. That's what I'm saying. You want to have an AR-15? Want to shoot an AR-15? That's fine. Go join the army. The army would love for you to shoot the AR-15 at the enemies. They would love that.
They'd eat it up. They'd eat it up.
They would say, hey, here's the AR-15. Here's our enemy. Go buck wild. Like, these type of things, we need it. It needs to stop. Like, we can't keep letting this happen.
And that's the one.
And the worst part about it is all these school shootings. Guys, we do these drills where it's like, oh, this classroom does this classroom does that. And I'm thinking in my head saying, the shooter knows where everyone is. And all these videos that show like the shooter is gonna just leave the classroom and this and that. I don't even know, in a real shooting situation, the shooter's dumb, but he's not full-blown stupid. Like, he knows there's kids in the classroom. Yeah, the lights could be off, but he knows there's kids in the classroom. Like, he's not stupid.
Mhm.
And he has a gun, so he can easily shoot the door down. So why don't we teach kids, instead of, oh, emergency, hide in the corner, hide in their desk, why about actually just do this drill once a month? However, you do the drill where it's like a real thing. You're in the hallway, you see an emergency exit, you run. You run to like, for example, Forley High School is right next to an Acme. You run to that Acme, you hide in there for 15 minutes, and then you come back. I know it's like, oh, students could be ditching school. Okay, do it 9th period then. Do it 9th period. Kids could leave school early. Okay, 9th period. It's fine. Doesn't matter.
The
kids that are in school can't find an emergency exit, right? Barricade the door. Because all these kids, they don't know what they're doing. Like, they just think, okay, all I have to do is hide and then I'll be fine. No, that you have to barricade yourself. You can't just hide. Hiding's not going to work. Hiding only works if you're going to attack the shooter, but nothing more. So we need to get better with that, and we need to get better with gun control, because it's coming to a point where it's like, it's just enough.
That's the thing. Obviously, we could have this debate for hours about like come up with like the perfect solution to the problem, but this is the one thing that we should all make sure agree on, is that we need change, and we need like legitimate change, and we need it now. We need it ASAP, because they're saying how many more kids are gonna, how many more innocent kids are gonna have to pay a price, how many more innocent people are gonna have to pay the price for these like incompetent senators and congressmen. But honestly, Sam, I don't know if you agree. I have a bad feeling. I just have a bad feeling that, you know what they're gonna do? A lot of these people in government, they're just gonna sit back, and you know what they're gonna blame it on? They're gonna blame it on video games, or just as bad, they're gonna propose this idea of, oh, let's have an armed let's arm all our teachers with guns, as if teachers don't have enough problems that and B, what's a pistol gonna do against an AR-15?
But yeah, it's just, and the reason why they blame it on video games is because they say it's so violent. But I don't know something funny. Mm-hmm. Shout out to MatPat. The Game Theory channel actually did a theory on this, and they used all of the shootings that happened, I think, from the Columbine shooting all the way till now, to 2020. There were, for school shootings, I think, school shootings, there was around 24 of them at the time.
Yeah.
Guess how many were due to video games?
How many?
One.
You mean where the perpetrator played video games?
The purposely played video games. There was 3 counts out of 24 people. I mean, it was 21
so out of 24 people who did these shootings, 3 of them played video games.
Yeah, and then some people say, "Oh, well, video games increase accuracy." Well, he also covered that and said, "No, video games don't increase accuracy at all, because real life is way different from video games. Like, it doesn't make you better or worse at all." So
Yeah.
they're obviously going to try to. They're just going to try to do anything they could blame other than themselves. And that's what we're going to have to deal with until we say no. It's not. No, it's your
Sam,
fault.
Sam, you want to know when things will change? You want to know when things will change? When it starts affecting their bottom line. When this type of stuff starts affecting them and their bottom line, that's when we'll see change.
No, you know when we'll see change? Have you ever seen the movie Forever Purge?
No, I haven't.
So the Forever Purge, what happens is the Purge comes back. Like, the Purge was gone for 8 years, then the Purge finally comes back. The Purge is supposed to end when morning happens. However, in the Forever Purge, that doesn't happen. Instead, everyone keeps on purging. By the end of the movie, the NRA is trying to kill everyone. They ultimately fail. And that's when they finally say the purge was a mistake. That's when it's going to happen. When someone kills an NRA representative or hurts one of their kids, or when this gets so out of control that when they try to stop it, they can't. That's when you're going to see this. They're going to say, "We fucked up." But it's too late, and it's so out of control they can't handle it. Because that's the type of life we'll be living in. And that's why so many people are starting to leave this country for Canada, even. Just because it's so bad here. It's so bad in America. People try to make America this great place. I'm letting everyone know. America has its beauties. It is a great place to live. But it's also a terrifying place to live. Not because of the freedom, but because of how many different ways you can die in each state alone.
Yeah. And that's the big thing I want to take away. It's just thing. I'll say this is something I want to share personally. I'm very patriotic. I love America. I love this country. You know, like ever since I was born, I'm going to continue to love this country. But you know what, Sam? I cannot fucking stand our government. That's the thing. I feel like you can separate the two. Like, you can like love your country, but just can't stand the people that run it. Like, my hatred for like a lot of those people in office is like, it's like, I honestly, it's honestly like, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, and like you said, everyone's gonna just make this another political issue instead of someone saying like the what's it called, the senator of Connecticut. He said, "I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. Our job is to save lives. Why aren't we saving lives?" And I agree with that. It's just, they care so much about their party and so much about their power that they forget what their main job is.
Yeah.
To protect.
It's party
people.
over country. It's party over country, and that's exactly. And Sam, that's exactly why I keep my. That's why I have those stance about political parties that I do, and I really feel like we will be better off just eliminating them entirely.
Yeah, it's like you're supposed to make sure I have my freedom, my security, and my safety. You gave me freedom, gave me security. So far, you have not shown me my safety. Not one bit have you shown me, oh, it's safe to live in this country. And people will say, well, the army is protecting you. And I'm saying, okay. And I appreciate the army, everything they do. I salute them,
Obviously
everything.
just gonna like obviously
Here's-
like to all
here's-
those my dad's a veteran, and obviously to all those who serve and currently serve in the armed forces, like we cannot thank you enough.
Yeah, it's like I appreciate
Oh,
them
just
all.
besides that, I wanted to get that obligatory thing out of the way.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. But the same terrorists that they're killing in the battlefield to protect us. What's so different from those terrorists that they're killing from the terrorists that are currently in our country shooting up schools? Is there a difference?
Hmm?
Is there a difference from the terrorists that shoot up schools from the terrorists that our army kills? There's no difference. It's like that meme. It's like, what's the difference between this picture and this picture? And the guy said, and the girl says, they're the same picture.
Exactly.
It's literally the same thing. Just one's American, one's not American. They're still both terrorists. It's like that's how it is.
Yeah.
So until we fix this, it's just
the one good news like that we're really getting now saying is that we're seeing a lot of activism across sports, like in terms of this. I don't know if you saw honestly Steve Kerr's speech was amazing. The Yankees and the Rays. I don't know if you saw this on Twitter. The Yankees and Rays, they tweet out a bunch of statistics about gun violence. They tweet out a bunch of statistics about gun violence. And honestly, my favorite one. Did you guys? I sent this in your group chat. Did you guys see the clip of Michael Kay on his show on Wednesday?
Oh my God! Sorry guys, I had to cry a little bit.
He literally broke down in tears like live on the air. I love that show. I've never seen Michael Kay that emotional.
like, what do you expect? What do you expect people to do in this time? It's like, Adam, I'm letting you know, Adam.
Yeah.
Not many people are like me. Not many people are like so emotionally strong that you can just hold your tears in when you want. Or you can't cry because you like literally have no tears left. Most people, when they see this news, they're gonna cry. So it's like those type of emotions I expect. No one.
Yeah.
If you're ever in my state where it's like you're a robot, you basically like don't cry. It's like you smile. Like that's my thing. I smile a lot because I'm happy a lot.
So do I.
But like when you don't cry, you don't show like emotions like that. It's like I kind of look at you and I'm like, okay, either one, you're like me, where it's like you're kind of just trained into the fact that you can't cry, or two, you just have no empathy for human life. I'm always praying that it's one, because if it's one, it's like, okay, I get you. I trained myself not to cry. Like no matter the situation, I've trained myself not to cry, just because I don't like seeming vulnerable to people. There's those people that look at this and they say, thank God people died. That's one more bread for me. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, that's one more piece of bread for you. Are you fucking serious? So that's why I have that. I don't even want to speak about this matter anymore.
Yeah.
Just because it's like I can go on with this for another 4 hours.
We could literally spend like another. We could literally spend another. But it's like we've talked for almost an hour about this. But here's the thing, Sam. Like I'm really glad like that we're talking about this, and obviously we're not like a political podcast. We're not a political podcast, so we're obviously not gonna like we're honestly not every single issue in the world. We're not gonna be able to cover every single one, every single episode. So, but I was saying, because they're saying we're kind of like Sam Michael. I don't know if this person. We're kind of like the candy store. We're kind of like the toy store where we like to take people away from like the issues that a lot of these issues are going on in the world. But at saying times like these, we really gotta we gotta talk about stuff and make our voices heard, because enough's enough, and we need to see change.
Something different. I just felt difficult, yo. I'm on social media. Yeah. Husband of the teacher killed.
I heard about that. He had a heart attack and died.
You just lose your mother and your father from a broken heart. I've seen this happen. My birth mother died first. My birth father died a week later from a broken heart. It's possible. It's been done. You could die.
Yeah, so you might as well add him to the victim list. You might as well add him to the victim list.
Oh yeah, and guys, do you want to hear an even more sadder fact to make you cry even more?
Go ahead.
So it's already bad losing one kid. Did you know that a parent actually lost both her son and her daughter during the shooting?
2 kids?
Could you imagine what she's going through right now?
So if you thought losing one kid was bad, imagine losing both of your kids. That to me is like, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. And I don't condone this at all. I don't condone this one bit. This is never the answer. If that happened to me, I'm letting you know. My next move is to go to the highest rooftop and jump off. I'm being
that would be me if I lost children. That would be me. I'll be.
If I lose one kid, if I lose one kid, will I be depressed? Yes. I'll probably not leave my room. Like, you'll have to drag me out of my room, like, for the next 2 months. If you even want me to just eat, you'll have to drag me out by the shirt. If I lose 2 kids, that's when I say I don't even care anymore. What's the point? Like, tell me, what is the point? My job was to take care of them and to protect them, and I failed my job. What is the point? What is my purpose anymore? Like that's what some parents are thinking, guys. Like, that's what some parents are thinking. And that's the heartbreaking part. All right, let's move past this, because it's a horrible incident. And it's the worst part about that. I keep saying that the worst part gets worse and worse and worse, guys. The worst part about this is, I'm telling you right now, because look how America is right now. This is probably not even that big of a hot take. We're either going to be sitting here Sunday or next Thursday with this exact same conversation again. Just a different scene.
That's the thing, Sam. How many times do we have to have these exact same conversations over and over and over again until we see change? How many times?
There's the one good thing about the sports world. Every other place either goes hard Democrat or hard Republican. But if you look to the sports world, no one's political. Not one person goes, oh, only Democrat or Republican. If you're hearing news like this from the sports world, you hear it from every angle, no matter what. Exactly. You don't hear which side's right, which side's wrong. You just hear what is factual and what should happen.
Exactly. All right, so are you guys finally ready to move on?
Yeah, man, I want to start crying.
Yeah, but obviously, even though we just said, like, obviously our condolences go out to all the victims of the shooting, and all the victims of of gun violence there. So and obviously it's really dark times going on right now in this country. But hopefully we can hopefully our voices, if our voices can evoke a little bit of change, then I'll feel like so proud. I'll just feel so proud of us in this podcast. But yeah, guys, you know what time it is. This is probably the most awkward transition in like show history, but we're finally get like so close to the hot take of the episode. So Marcellus hasn't gone. He isn't here. Alex hasn't gone. He isn't here. So it's
Adam,
gonna be.
I'm just too upset to do a hot take today.
Yeah.
Adam, don't worry. If the hot take doesn't land on me, you're about to see a weirder transition.
Okay.
Guys, I'm like upset to do a hot take today.
Okay, so let's just hope the wheel doesn't land on you. So
I'll do a hot take. We still got a show to do, but I'll still do one.
all right, you guys ready for me to spin the wheel?
Yeah.
Please don't land on me. Please don't land on me because I want to make people laugh.
Wheel is spinning, starting now.
I really don't want this to land on me.
The hot take of the episode will be done by.
I want to make people laugh so much. Please.
Michael Cunningham.
Okay, we got a show to do. I'm gonna make it short and sweet. Okay.
Wait. Mike's doing a hot take.
Okay.
All right, give me a second. I'm just gonna go masturbate. I'll be back.
For real? Sam,
Sam, you're a real one for that one. You're a real one for that one.
Really, Sam?
Did you start yet?
No. Are you really masturbating?
Bro, fist is in dick right now.
You son of a bitch. You know how much to talk about?
Yeah. What are you gonna talk about?
About a beyond basketball. My hot take is about how. Well, I think Grant Hill was going to be the next Jordan before he got hurt.
Okay.
I like this take. Let's see where this goes.
Okay. I'm interested.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grant Hill was like the best player from the second best player from 95 to 99. One of the best players. Isaiah Thomas said this on open court. That how when Jordan retired for the first time from the guys from Magic, Bird, and Thompson, they were going to pass the torch from Jordan to Grant Hill. He was the original guy. He was the original LeBron. Sam, me and you have talked about this when I came to visit your college. Am I right? You know my love for Grant Hill.
No, trust me. I remember Grant Hill. Those great guys. Mike, I know I'm like interrupting your hot take, but I just want to describe.
Go ahead, brother.
Grant Hill, before he got injured, was a bad man.
He was a bad dude.
He was a bad man.
He averaged 25 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was the better version of Scottie Pippen. Let's just say that. I believe that Grant Hill, before the ankle injuries, would have won at least 3 MVP awards.
Can't really hear you.
He won 3 Most Valuable Player awards, 3 MVPs, 2 All-Star Game MVPs, and like at least 9-time NBA first selections because he had a bunch of those. Let me check for his career.
How many All-NBA?
I'm gonna check right now. Give me a sec.
He's 5-time All-NBA. 5-time.
5-time All-NBA. 7 guys. He started every All-Star game he played in. He was and the year in 2004, 2005, the year that he was a best player in the East, he was an All-Star that year. An All-Star when he had Steve Francis and the young Dwight Howard. He wasn't the best player on the team, but he became the best player on that.
And Michael, do you want to know what his stats were before he got hurt? Before the ankle injury?
I know.
Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, his first year in the league, he averaged 19 points.
Move your finger.
He averaged 19 points, 6 rebounds a game, and 5 assists per game. Second year in the league, he averaged 20 points, 9.8 rebounds a game.
I just wanted to throw this out there. Just let me go really quickly, Michael.
I thought this was Mike's hot take, not
I
Adam.
just wanted to throw this out there really quickly. You want to know what Grant Hill's stats were in his entire career before the ankle injury?
I know.
21 points per game, 7.8 rebounds, 6.1 assists on 47 7% shooting.
And
Adam.
Mike, I just want to say this. You know this feeling that you have right now during this hot take, this annoyance?
Yeah.
This is how I feel every time you motherfuckers always interrupt my goddamn hot take.
That's right, Sam. That's right, Sam.
Like all you motherfuckers just like say, like I
That's
say
right.
something and then all these.
That's right.
all
So
these just go
Michael,
like,
so
Adam is the most
we're
with it.
returning the favor.
Adam, you a bastard. I can't even talk my damn hot take.
Continue.
I'm going to say this. Grant Hill was a beast, was a bad man. He was a time All-Star in his career. All on the Eastern Conference. He was a 7-time All-Star before he got hurt. I think after the 1999-2000 season, he didn't want to get ankle surgery because he played on it for years. If he didn't play on it, he would have been the best player of the 2000s, in my opinion. With Shaq. Shaq.
Okay.
He would have been. He was the top 5 or top 10 player in that year.
I just have a question.
What's up, baby?
Do you think Grant Hill would have been better than Shaq?
Honestly, they were like when they were both in their prime, they were like stack even though, because that's 2 different positions. If you're talking about overall game, I'd say Shaq would have been number 1, but Grant Hill would have been the number 2. But if you're talking about dominance, Shaq, overall game, I'll say Grant Hill because he could play defense, he can bring the ball up, he can shoot, do the same thing as Shaq, but Shaq was more powerful. Shaq didn't have a jump shot.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Who are you taking between the 2000s, 2003? Grant Hill or Kobe Bryant?
You're talking about injury Grant Hill or like washed up Grant Hill?
I mean, like the Grant Hill you talking about that would have been number 2 to Shaq.
I think that'd be a close one, honestly. Ooh, I say it'll be tied. It'll be Kobe would be 2A, Grant Hill would be 2B.
You just said that in 2000, Grant Hill would be number 2 and Shaq would be number 1.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said Grant Hill would be 2A, Kobe would be 2B, and I love Kobe. He's my favorite player. But if Grant Hill would have stayed healthy, he would have been the second best player in that league. That's a fact. He was a bad man, Sam. Let's just be real. Before the ankle injury, he was averaging something that hasn't been done since Pippen, and he invented that shit for LeBron to come to the league. Because that was never done before since Bird. You know what I mean? As a small forward, Larry Bird was the point forward on that Celtics team. Scottie Pippen. He put both of it. He elevated Magic, mix it with Bird, you get Grant Hill in the 90s. That was Grant Hill's game. That's the end of my hot take.
All right, Sam, do you want to go first?
Wait a second.
Okay. So
is he masturbating?
Don't know, don't care.
All right. Since you're gonna be a little bitch about this, I'm gonna disapprove.
You slut.
I'm joking. I'm gonna. Here's the thing. You said some really good stuff, and you said some really blasphemous stuff. So I'm like in between.
Sam, I gave you some bullshit. I thought you would have my bag, Sam. You abandoned Arnold.
You want me to go? You want me to go now?
Yeah.
Yeah, Adam,
Okay.
you go first, and then I'll go because here's the thing. Do I agree Grant Hill would have been amazing? 100%. Here's my thing. You said 3 MVPs. That means over Tim Duncan and Shaq. I can see one over Allen Iverson, but over Tim Duncan and Shaq. Something I need a second.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what they said. If you had said that, if you said that Tim Allen, if you said that he would have been up there, if you would have been like on the same, if you would have been one of the elite players of the game, if you say Grant Hill, if Grant Hill like didn't get hurt, he would go on to be like one of the best players like of the decade or a top 5 player of the decade, I probably would have approved it. But when you said, "Oh, he was just gonna be better than like Shaq and Kobe," and
I didn't say
Duncan,
better than Shaq. I didn't say better than Shaq. Clean your ears.
you say he was 2A over Kobe. You say he was 2A over Kobe, so you kind of say he was better than Kobe. Which I'm sorry, Michael. I can't.
You don't know basketball, Adam.
If you had said that he would, if all you said is that if Grant Hill was healthy, he would have been a top 5 player in the 20s. It would have been, and when you made those points back up, it would have been an instant approval. But,
wow, Adam.
But instead, like you started to say some real blasphemous shit, and it really started to, and it really started, I really want to approve this
Adam,
one.
You ain't a real friend.
I really want to approve this one, Michael. I really want to approve this one because I had to approve the hot take in a while, but that ultimately just pushed me off the edge. So sorry.
Wow, Adam, you fake. You fake, Adam. And remember that next time I'm going to disapprove your hot take. I don't care how good it is, I'm going to disapprove it just to be petty. Shame, buddy.
But Sam, do you really think he's going to disapprove my hot take just to be petty?
Yes.
I'm gonna just prove it. So that's 1-1.
You know what, Michael? I'm nice. I'm gonna change to approve it. I'm nice. I'm in a good mood.
Adam, you were afraid that was gonna change my disapprove your hot take. That's why you approved it.
All right, now I'm gonna disapprove.
All right.
Sam, I hate you. I hope you burn in hell.
Okay, I'll
all right, I'll change your disapprove. Sure, I'll change your disapprove. Oh,
Adam, I want to smack you.
Sam, are you approving or disapproving?
I'm approving.
All right, I'm approving. Michael, your hot take has been approved. There you go.
I hate you guys so much. Yo, can we put respect on the Warriors, man? Going back to the championship, NBA.
Yeah. I had something different for our script. You guys want to just talk? You just want to talk
guys, let's hurry up because I'm falling asleep. I'm tired.
Let's just talk like 5 minutes really quickly. Like Warriors, like going back to the championship. I mean, Sam, we said before, Michael, you said like when we left, so I want to ask your take on this. If the Warriors go on to win the title and they go on to win the NBA Finals, where would you rank them among like NBA dynasties all time?
Adam, you got a lot of dynasties that you have to consider.
Yeah.
Celtics, the 80s Lakers, the 50s and 60s Celtics. You have the 90s Bulls. You have the 2000 Lakers. You have the Warriors. And you just got the 2010 Heat. You know what I'm saying? And you also got the Spurs. We all know the greatest dynasty is the Bulls in the 90s. Let's just be real.
Okay, so I would take them over assuming they win the championship. Assuming they win the championship this year. So I would still take the Bulls over them. That's one.
I gotta give it to the Kobe Shaq Lakers.
I don't know about that.
Shaq won 3 back-to-back NBA Finals MVPs from 2000 to 2002.
And the Warriors would have 4 championships. The Warriors would have 4 championships. The core of Curry, Clay, and Draymond would have 4 championships.
They only have 3 right now.
I'm saying if they win the championship this year,
you gotta say Magic Johnson's Lakers.
I would say that. So that's 2.
I gotta say LeBron and not LeBron.
No, not LeBron. He's not LeBron.
You gotta say Tim Duncan Spurs. The Duncan Spurs.
Sam. We originally ranked them. I originally ranked them 3, and you originally ranked them like 3 or 4. We forgot about the Spurs. We forgot about the Spurs. So we got. Sam. I don't know if you disagree. I would put the Spurs ahead of the Warriors.
No argument.
Yeah. So we forgot about the Spurs last episode. So apologies there.
Yeah, welcome.
All right, so that's 3. That's 3.
And then you got let's see. You gotta put the Warriors.
I'm sorry for interrupting you here, Michael.
Adam,
Sam,
I'm about to literally light you on fire if you don't shut up.
Sam, I want to ask you a question for both of you, Michael. Sam, are we counting what are we counting the Lakers? Strictly the Kobe Lakers or the Kobe and Shaq Lakers?
Kobe and
Kobe and
Shaq
Shaq.
Lakers.
Because if we're talking strictly Kobe, then I would put that over the Warriors dynasty because they have 5 titles. But if we're talking strictly Kobe and Shaq, then I would take the Warriors over them.
You're smoking crack.
Actually, no. I would if they win.
If they win,
I would take them over.
Yeah, if they win championships this year, I would put them ahead of Kobe and Shaq.
guys, if Curry wins the Finals MVP award, I'll say he's the second best point guard in the league. He has to win an NBA Finals MVP for me. He has to win to get it to the.
He's already number 2.
Not for me.
He won a conference finals MVP.
If he wins the most NBA Finals MVP award, that's some news.
Yeah, I said before, if I did this for I think if the Warriors win a championship and Steph Curry wins Finals MVP, I will officially be able to debate you. The Curry versus Magic will officially become a debate.
I will exactly say that. For me, he hasn't got over that hump yet. So
I'm saying if he wins the championship this year, Kobe versus Magic would officially become a debate.
Here's the thing, guys. Let's be for real, because this is what ESPN's debating about. So let's bring that debate here. If Curry wins Finals MVP, a championship, he will be on the NBA Mount Rushmore.
Ooh. Okay, I'll give you that's. But here's the thing about when he wins another.
You know what that means, right? That means he's number 4 all time.
But I don't
know that 4 all time, but he would be up there.
I'll say he top 5.
Yeah. Guys, if he's number 4, then that means the only 3 we have ahead of him is Kareem, LeBron, and Jordan.
That's it.
So he'd be ahead of Kobe. He'd be ahead of Shaq. He'd be ahead of Magic.
Sam, you're saying blasphemy, boy. You say you're birthday boy. Your birthday boy. You've been your bumble clap.
I don't know if I would take him ahead of Kobe alive, but he would at worst. Sam, I think agree. He'd be at worst like a top 10 player, at worst, and at best like in the competition with Mount Rushmore.
Here's the thing, boys. Let me explain something,
bro. At best, he would be better than Michael Jordan. No, I'm joking.
I gotta go. I was about to hang up the damn call. I was like, you know what, guys? I love you. I quit. Sam said something blessed. Says fuck. But seriously, boys, let me say something. Who do you think is the best trios? Who's the best top 5 greatest NBA trios of all time?
All right.
Right
now we're now assuming that
we have to because you.
So again, we're assuming that the Warriors in the championship this year. Okay.
I said the best trios, top 5 trios: Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman.
Okay.
Magic, Kareem, and Worthy. LeBron, D. Wade, and Chris Bosh.
No.
Okay, shut up. 4, we have McHale. You have Robert Parrish and Larry Bird.
Here's another one. Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili.
Sam, I'm curious to know what you said no to the Miami Heat. Go ahead.
Okay, so what happened during the Mavericks?
He brings up a good point, Mike.
But what happened? And then what happened to Dwayne Wade and the Heat during the Spurs when they versed the second time?
Okay, first of all, they were a good big 3.
Mike, they won 2 chips. The Warriors have 3 chips. So I'm
talking about overall playing together. That's what I meant. Like you can play. But here's the thing. I consider Draymond not a superstar, but like a great role player. That's what Draymond is. He's a great role player. Let's be real.
Actually, guys, if we really want to be technical, Actually, yeah, they won 3 rings. I was about to be like super wrong. I was about to be like, oh yeah, they won 5 rings together. Yeah, no.
Guys, let's be real. Let's be real. Draymond Green is a great role player. Adam, if I put you on the Warriors with Curry and Thompson, you would get 8 assists per game.
No.
I'm being real.
No.
Sam, if I give the ball to Curry and Thompson and I got Wiggins scoring, I'll get at least 8 assists. Let's be real, Adam.
I'm letting you know.
You're discounting like all the stuff Draymond does defensively.
Draymond's a great
He's a defensive player of the year for a reason.
And Draymond's offense is amazing. Draymond's offense is really good. He's just not known as a scorer, but he can do everything else on offense.
Hell, that's me.
He's not the best offensive, but he's more than capable of holding his own.
He's the thing. I think he's a great role player. I don't think
he's an all-star. He's an all-star.
He's a great role player at best.
No, he's a star in this league.
He's a legitimate.
Don't hype him up. Only star he does is inside the NBA. That's the only thing he's known for now.
Adam, can I leave? Can I leave, Adam?
Adam, I'm fucking with you. I just want to see your reaction. I did it just to fuck with Adam.
Sorry, viewers. Michael was just saying some bullshit right there.
First of all, Adam, I want to say thank you for helping my dad earlier today, bro. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. But I want to ask you this. This is a question for you, Sam. Who would you rather have, Chris Bosh or Draymond Green?
Draymond Green.
Michael, who would you rather have, Chris Bosh or Draymond Green?
First of all, at least I'm getting 20 points and 10 rebounds from Chris Bosh, at least on the daily.
No, you
so
don't.
I'm going with Chris Bosh.
Yeah, Chris Bosh offers you nothing defensively. That's why y'all kept losing in the finals.
Chris Bosh will give me 20 and 10. Adam, how about you?
I delete Chris Bosh, but but Sam, when you say you would take Draymond Green, I don't think that's unreasonable. I think it's a perfectly valid take.
Damn, Adam, you got your nuts all in Sam's. You got Sam's nuts all up in your mouth, brother. Damn, you're kissing his dad up. Come here, Sam.
Golden State right now is number 4 on the trio list.
Okay.
All right, so I get. This is assuming they win the finals this year. They haven't won the finals yet. They'll have to see who they face.
To Sam, to all of our viewers, for Sam smoking crack, we apologize. We drug test him every week. He's been buying fake pee for the podcast for saying blasphemy.
Mike, I know you're not talking with your fucking game winner in March Madness to win the entire championship, not even top 5 buzzer beaters of all time.
You smoking crack, brother. We smoking crack.
All right, so again, assuming Curry, Clay, and Draymond win a championship this year, how many trios would you take over them?
3?
And we're talking, how many trios would? Scratch that. How many teams or dynasties would you take over the Warriors dynasty?
You said Kareem.
All right, so we got the Kareem one. We got the Kareem Lakers. We said the MJ Bulls. We said the Tim Duncan Spurs. Who else?
You want to take the Boston Celtics? Larry Bird Celtics? Larry Bird?
No, I'd rather have the Golden State Warriors.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's debatable, but I would take the Warriors. I would take the Warriors.
Wow. That big three was probably the best front court in NBA history, bro.
Okay, and we have the 2 deadliest shooters in the backcourt with the defensive monster.
Now, first of all, they won the same. Sam said they were talking about rings, though. Bird won 3. The Warriors won 3. Until the Warriors win the 4th one, I would say they're better than the Celtics' big 3. That's the reason. And Sam said basketball, you're measured by success. That's what you just said on the show. Didn't you just say that, Sam?
Mike, we're assuming they win this.
I'm saying if they win. It's a key word. If they win, I'll put them on. But now the Boston Celtics big 3 is better. Let's not say and I
Okay,
say the
who
most
else?
hyped. I say the most hyped over big three is Pierce, Garnett, and Ray Allen.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
They won one chip.
They won once. Who would you
Yeah,
rather
they got
have? The Warriors or would you take them over the Warriors?
Hell no.
Good.
Guys, I'd rather take a big two of Jason Richardson and Baron Davis over the Boston Celtics big three. That big three. They were overhyped. They were just overhyped. I'm saying.
So yeah, assuming they win the chip this year, they would be like a top. They would be the fourth best team in like NBA or the fourth best dynasty in NBA history.
Yeah.
So we agree there. Sam, you
But
agree
here's
there?
the thing.
Okay.
You know what Steph Curry said is best? You have to close out teams to make it to the dance. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do they have that same ick factor from 2015? Guys, this is the first NBA Finals they haven't had Kevin Durant since 2015. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First finals the first finals that they won without Kevin Durant was 2015. So now they have to play. My fault. The last finals they had before KD was 2016, the year they lost. You know what I mean? But now they have to think we won one without KD. Now they have to prove it because Draymond said it's best. We don't need KD to win a championship. They may prove it. So when I first heard Draymond Green said that, I thought he was nuts. You know, I was like, yeah, I used to KD win, but I won one before. Okay, let's see. But let's be real.
And that's the thing, guys. We're talking about, and I'm gonna say this, and that's right. We're talking about Kevin Durant's legacy. If the Warriors win a championship this year, they're also gonna put the ball in like Kevin Durant's court. It's gonna be, and they're gonna say, Kevin Durant, your move.
And that's why I say Kevin Durant's the most overrated superstar.
Not counting James Harden.
James Harden is okay.
Counting James Harden.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap it up because I'm falling asleep over here.
Okay. He says Kevin Durant, I say James Harden. So yeah, we got to start wrapping up, guys.
The most overrated player, in my opinion, was Chris Mullin.
You know who's the most overrated player?
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant.
And I'm gonna
Sam, is this your death wish?
Is that your death wish?
Let me rephrase this. The most overrated team of all time is the Brooklyn Nets. There we go.
All right, now I'm gonna come kill you. All right? How about this?
And the second most overrated
I got one. The biggest bust in NBA history is Zion Williamson.
Hey, listen, with the track he's on right now, I'm not even gonna doubt you.
The most overrated player is Brandon Ingram.
The worst franchise in basketball, the worst fans, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, we throwing shade. Okay.
Let's be real. The actual worst fans are the Toronto Raptors because they literally said Joel Embiid deserved to get injured.
Raptors fans are just mean. I thought Sixers fans would do it.
But Philly fans are just mean in general.
Like their commentator said after Joel Embiid got injured, he was like, "Good, he should have got injured to begin with." I'm like, "The fuck."
Toronto said that?
One of the commentators for the Raptors.
Let's be real. Joel Embiid is probably one of the most hated players on the opposing team, besides Westbrook and Patrick Beverley.
Oh, you mean Westbrook?
Fuck you, Sam.
Okay.
Ingram plays worse than my dead brother.
Aren't the Lakers gonna keep Westbrook for next season and gonna trade LeBron so they can tank?
That's
like the Lakers couldn't win the championship
again. Here's what I think we can all agree on: the worst franchise in sports history
is the Houston Astros.
Up there, but the thing in mind was or the worst basketball franchise? The New York Knicks.
Yeah, pretty much. Until James Dolan gets out. Yeah.
First of all,
Like,
I'm a Knicks fan. I really, really, really don't want to say this.
But I'm right. You know I'm right.
Adam, listen, I'm a secondary Knicks fan, so I know.
Okay, so all right, we gotta get to our best before we get to our best. Really quickly here, our fantasy baseball update. Guys, right now, I currently have 222 points, and here's the thing. Right now, I would be beating like pretty much every single other person like in our fantasy league. But guys, I don't know if you know this. I'm right now losing to Team Reich, who currently has 255 points. You want to know why? Because
are you really about to lose to the bum squad?
what?
I said, are you about to lose to the bum squad?
I'm literally on the verge of. I'm really about the verge of this. I put 222 points again. I would be if I was facing anyone else, I would be winning. But Team Reach is for 235, and that just changed today. I was waiting for a while, but Alex has Aaron Nola and Frankie Montez. They put up a combined 60 points in fantasy today.
Yeah, because me and Marcellus, we're having very low games.
Yeah, so yeah, you are right now currently leading by Marcellus, but it's a very close game. You're currently 131 to 118, so you're leading by like 13 points. And guess what, Michael? Did he leave?
Pretty much.
But Michael, Michael's currently losing 111 to Team Kern, who currently has 164.
Good, he deserves it for leaving.
Okay. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for our bets of the episode. So, really quick, quick recap here. For episode 93. Guess what, guys? Only one of us won our bet, and that was ultimately I think it was ultimately Marcellus. Marcellus had the Heat Mets over the Giants. So he won his bet. He had 12.6 points. He had 12.6 points, and he went head over Alex. We took the Giants over the Mets. But so he lost the bet, and everyone else lost. I had the Yankees over the Orioles on the spread. Flames over Orioles, Hurricanes over Rangers. So I probably was a disaster. Alex had Sam had the Yankees over the Orioles on the spread. Mavericks over Warriors. Celtics over Heat. Unfortunately, Sam did the Celtics beat the Heat that game?
Yeah, the Mavericks won. The Celtics won. And of course, the Yankees, which was my safe bet, kind of just plummeted into the shitter.
That was with Garrett Cole on the mound too, so yeah, that was rough. Chris had Heat over Celtics. He lost. Michael had Heat over Celtics, and Bam Bam to score 10 or more points, and he just lost. So there it is. So look, so yeah, I haven't calculated the standings update yet.
Wait, Adam. Did you just say everyone lost?
Except for Marcellus. Marcellus was the only one who won.
Marcellus, I gave Marcellus his bet. He had the Mets over the Giants.
Yeah, he won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he won. That was for Monday, right? I'm 99% sure that was for Monday.
Yeah, it was.
And the Mets won that game. So yeah, there you go. So all right. So update on the standings. I believe Sam remains in first place. 9, 8, and wait, hold on. Wait, Marcellus. I got you know what, it's gonna take too much time for you to really, because I've been kind of busy lately, so I haven't had time to do that. So you know what? as usual, you can just for standings updates, just go onto our Twitter, Instagram pages. We'll give them all to you there. So, sorry guys, I've been a little behind. They've been a little late, but yeah, that's basically it. So, guys, you ready? Are you ready to for us to do our bets? All right. So we have a Chris. I have Chris's bet right here. Let me give it to you. He's taking the Celtics on the money line, and did Marcellus didn't go yet, but Alex Ray, he's taking the White Sox over the Cubs and Twins over Royals. All right, so I'm gonna go up here, and I was thinking of doing I'm definitely gonna do a hockey one. I was thinking of doing doing like the Oilers, but you know what, the Oilers just won and they're advancing to the Eastern Conference Final, so there will be no Game 6, so I won't be able to do that. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a little same game. Wait, great! I can't do a same game parlay for that. So I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do a regular parlay here. So this is Game 6 right now for the Eastern Conference Finals, right? And Boston's leading 3-2, and they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna take the Boston Celtics. I'll take the Celtics that one, and I'm probably gonna regret doing this because you know what? Every single time I bet against them, they've won. But you know what? I'm gonna do a Game 6 Hurricanes Rangers. I'm taking the Hurricanes. I think the Hurricanes close down 6. Okay,
All right.
so
I'm gonna go next.
all right, you're up.
I'm doing the same game parlay.
Okay.
I'm choosing the Celtics over the Heat. And you're ready for this?
Go ahead.
Jason Tatum scores 40 points.
40 or more, right?
Mm-hmm. And Bam Adebayo has less than 20.
Wow.
That's ballsy, kid.
Can you do that? Is that
You could do
allowed for
that.
a single parlay? Let me try to see if let's see if they have that. Let's see if the sports books have that available. Let me just give me a second, really quick, Sam. I really want to see if they have that available. Okay, singing parlay. All right, here's the thing, Sam. They don't have they don't have that, but they do have over unders for players or points. So Sam, do you want to take a Bam Adebayo on the under?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So under you said under how many points?
20.
All right, so under 20 and a half. Under 20 and a half. That's good. So or would it be under 19 and a half?
20 and a half.
All right, so Bam about under 20 and a half. So there's your bet. Celtics money line Tatum score 40. Bam about under 20. I just checked it out. You want to know how many points you would win if you won this bet?
How many?
190.
Well, let's go Celtics.
Okay. All right, Michael, you could go for Marcellus?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick whoever the Mets play.
All right,
Money
you're
line.
taking Mets money line? Okay, Mets money line. And now do your bet.
I'm gonna do Jason Tatum 20 points or more, and I'm gonna do the Yankees money line.
Okay. Jason 20 more Yankees money line. All right, guys, that's all for bets. That's all for the episode. On the bright note, obviously it's a very somber show. I'm glad talk about the strategy, but on a brighter note, really funny story today. So me and Michael were hanging out earlier, and two things. Number one, Sam, we were playing pickup. We were playing pickup with a bunch of guys, and we and Michael were on the same team. And this thing, I got the ball like from beyond three. Sam, you know what Michael told me? Michael told me don't shoot it, and I shot it. And guess what happened?
You were bald.
He made it.
I made it.
I was in shock too when you made it.
Nice. Now, if I was in pickup, it would have been different.
Yeah. My game's starting to come around. My game's starting to come around. Honestly, I still have a lot of work to do before I can face up to either of you guys. But it's getting there.
Just saying now for training.
I might have to come to training. I'm definitely considering it. And number two, a little funny story. Mickey and Mike were playing some baseball, and Michael, are you gonna talk or you want me to talk?
We played great, Adam. I'm too tired to be talking.
I ripped Michael's pitched to me, and I got what, 2 doubles off him, 2 doubles the other way. And actually, when I was pitching to him, Sam, I told you this. It got so bad that Michael requested to head off the team because he didn't want me to pitch to him anymore.
Because you suck. On that note, I am Michael Cunningham. This is Adam Grassani. This is Sam Morell.
All right, you want to do? All right. One more nugget here before you do that. So, in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not doing a show for my normal setting. I'm a little funny story here. So, with my new gig Disney streaming services, my whole room, I can't give too much away. But
I gotta go, brother.
Kill the show. All right, you can go, Michael. You can go, Michael. Take care. But my room is basically, but my room is like mostly for like work and stuff. So it's mostly for work and stuff now. So I can't really record episodes there anymore. So now I am back doing the show in my living room. So funny story, Sam. For the majority of the beginning of season 1, I did the show from my room, and then long story short, my room got cluttered up because I was too lazy to clean it. So I started just doing a show here. Then at the beginning of season 2, I finally cleaned my room. So I went back doing a show in my room. Now with this stuff, I'm back doing a show here. So Sam, it all comes first circle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. You can see all the Pokemon there. They all say hi.
Hello there, magical beasts.
All right, but yeah, really fun episode. And once again, I'm really glad we were able to talk about all the trap. I'm really glad we were able to make our voice so much. Hopefully better times ahead, not just for our sports teams, but for this country as a whole. So that's not much you can say about that. But guys, that's it. This is episode 94 of the Gay Game Podcast. Just truly, Adam Grassani, Murdock, Cunningham, and Sam Morell. Like you heard, be sure to leave a like and follow and subscribe to the podcast. Also, enjoy the conversation to the comment on YouTube or reach out to us on social media. Me feature what you have to say and feature for Americans. Those who are just fancy. If you guys are in the world, believe in it and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.
And out.